Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Wednesday, November 21st, 2012. It is the day before the Thanksgiving Day holiday in the United States. There's a lot to cover. Let's jump right into the charts. Looks like we're looking at the S&P 500 E-mini futures here, trading up 1 point to 1387.50 per contract. So again, futures were down sharply lower overnight. However, they have rebounded, and again, you're going to have a light volume session, barring any geopolitical events today. So, again, really after the first couple of hours, traders should just look for real light volume in the market. That will usually keep the markets buoyant for the most part of the day. But again, can't take anything for granted. Right now, the futures have been really rallying up since midnight, and they're trading really right at the highs of the session here. So. Decent little push. We're not going to make too much out of today's action, but there is a lot going on around the world. Let's just go over a few different things. It looks like first you have some problems coming out of Europe again. I'm not sure how this is going to play out, but it looks like there's a problem with the Greek bailout. Germany was refusing to hand over money to Greece, and there's going to be some more problems there. It looks like they're going to meet again on November 26th. So we'll see how that plays out. But that is problematic going forward. Right now, the European markets don't seem to be too fazed by it. They're all trading basically flat on the session, maybe even a little bit into positive territory. But that could turn out to be something that you got to watch for after the holiday comes, after the markets resume. After the holidays sometime next week. It looks like they're going to meet on the 26th of November, and we'll see how that plays out going forward. But either way, if there's any problems there, traders should be on guard, because that could spill over into Spain, into Italy, and so forth. Also, last night you had a good move up on the Shanghai index. That was up over 1%. So if the U.S. markets are strong today, the Chinese ADRs could be due for more of a bounce, more of a bid. And we'll see how that plays out going forward. But Chinese ADRs should be watched today very closely, especially if if the U.S. markets are strong. So you're going to look at stocks like Cena Corp. That could be due for a little bit of a bid today, potentially. And this is only if the U.S. markets are strong. Baidu is another one that could be due for a little bit of a bid today. Sohu, there's another one. Possibly China Mobile. There's another one. So all of these could be due for a little bit of a bid today if the U.S. markets are strong. If the U.S. markets are weak, then you're not really going to expect too much from them. Another thing traders should do today is keep an eye on the dollar. Looks like the U.S. dollar index is trading higher by about 5 cents at the moment. That's a decent little pop. That's a decent little move. But again, if you notice that the dollar has really sold off all night, it was much higher. If the dollar gets any kind of a significant bounce, then that will tell us that the markets are probably going to pull back a little bit more. It will also tell us that gold and oil will probably pull back as well. Now let's take a look at gold and oil this morning. It looks like you do have gold trading higher by about $4 at the moment. So $17.28 an ounce is the price on gold this morning. If you take a look at the GLD, which has been holding up very, very well as of late, trading right around 167.49. It closed at 167.39, so a little uptick there in the GLD. Spot crude is soaring today. It's up over $1 already, so it's trading at $87.80. That's a pretty big pop for crude, considering it was down over $2.50 yesterday. Again, you have problems in the Middle East. I believe Hillary Clinton is there trying to work out a little peace treaty between the Israelis and the people in Gaza. So again, we'll see if that does come out. But so far, it has been very, very ugly. A lot of turmoil there. But in any deal there, oil prices could retreat again. But right now, we don't see that happening. Not just yet. Let's take a look at the USO this morning. Again, USO is upticking pretty nicely. Closed at 31.95. It's trading at 32.21. That's a decent little uptick for the USO. But we'll have to really see how the geopolitical events play out. That is really moving oil at the moment. Also, the strength in the dollar will also be a significant factor when it comes to oil. Remember, when the dollar goes down, oil goes up. When the dollar goes up, oil goes down. And now you have these geopolitical events to keep your eye on. All right, let's take a look at some stocks in the news today. There doesn't seem to be all that much out there, but one we are watching today is Deere. So Deere and Company selling off pretty nicely. I looked at this one pretty closely. It looks like there's going to be support, believe it or not, around the $80.66 level if it gets down there. Right now the stock is trading at $83.32. There is some support at 83, but $80.66 is going to be the next support level. If that overshoots, you're also going to watch $80 even number. There will be support at both levels. So 80.66 and also at $80. That is the $80 level is the 200-day moving average. After that, you're going to look at 78.52, 76.39, and then ultimately down to $74. So keep those levels on the radar if Deere even trades down there. Let's take a look at Salesforce. Ticker symbol is CRM. This one was up after the closing bell yesterday. Nice little pop for Salesforce. It closed yesterday at, I believe, around the 146 level. Today it's trading at 149.77. There's not all that much we can make out of it. The stock has a ton of resistance around the 155 level. So keep that on the radar. But around 155, there is a ton of resistance. I'm not sure it will even trade up there. But if it does, there should be pretty good resistance there. Again, it may even overshoot a little bit. Next level is around 156 and a quarter. Then you look at 160 and then 160, 195. It's an okay gap. It's not that strong. It's not that weak. It's kind of middle of the road. So I think you just watch that 155, 154.75 in that vicinity. That's where the stock should start to hit some pretty decent resistance. So it's going to be a tough one to play out to the penny. I don't know if we'll be able to do that today, especially with the light volume expected in the market. But that is one that should stall out around the 155, 154.75 level. Let's take a look at Chipotle Grill. CMG is the ticker symbol here. This is catching a pretty nice bounce. Closed at 268.46 yesterday. This is a light volume name. I know it's a popular stock and people love it, but this is a light volume stock. It has a little bit more upside. It's trading right now at 274 a share. So I mean, it has a little bit of upside, but it has a 200-day moving average at 290, and then the big resistance level, if it does even get up there, would be around 307. So that's what you're going to watch for right now. Again, I don't want to make too much out of this because it's such a light volume name. The moves in this stock can change rather quickly and rather dramatically, and it's not that big of a gap for such a big high price stock with such light volume. So you got to be a little bit on the careful side. Another stock that I was looking at earlier was Zales. ZLC is the ticker symbol. This stock is getting toasted and roasted. There is some support around the $6 area, but again, hard to make too much out of this at the moment. The stock is very weak, and it's a real light volume name, so it can flush lower. Be careful with this. This is a strong gap down, so you do want to be a little bit careful when it comes to this name. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you all for tuning in. God bless. Have a safe and happy holiday, and we'll see you when you get back. Take care, everyone.